What's up, people? Now, everybody has heard the news of Keefe getting arrested for the Tupac case. And whether you feel it's justified, it's not justified, I think a real question not a lot of people are discussing is the perils of social media. As far as people just talking on social media, what is it about the internet, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, whatever? People are just giving out all their information to the public. People just want to be famous. People just want to be known to a point it's jamming them up. I mean, for real, like there are people literally incriminating themselves only because they're filming it or they're going online and telling their business out there. It's like, what is it about the internet that just makes people want to just reveal everything? I really think it's an addiction to fame. Everybody just wants to be famous, even if it means them going to jail or worse. People just want to be known for some reason on the internet. Like, you can't blame people like a Jay-Z or a Puff for being, really reserved when it comes to social media and being like to themselves and not really putting all their information out. They came like from the kind of, you could say that's like the 90s generation where people like really didn't put their business out like that. But this newer generation, everything is on the internet. They need to let you know everything. That's not good. People are getting caught up left and right for this and that because of that. You might say, okay, why would somebody expose themselves like that? Why would someone go to social media platforms and just start incriminating themselves and telling their life story and things like that? It's because social media platforms actually make you famous. In a weird way, you become famous. You might not be Beyonce famous or Drake famous, but you're famous. Like, think about it. Like, back in the days, I'm sure there was an artist that you liked that not everybody knew of. That maybe you brought their album and a couple of other people, but if you mentioned them to your friends was like, oh, who's that? When that artist actually goes to sell their records, they might go gold. You know what I'm saying? That's 500,000 copies sold. They might. And you got to remember, the record company buys some of them records too. So not a lot of people know that artist, but that artist is still famous. That artist is still popular because somebody knows them. Over 200 people know them, 1,000 people know them. They're still sort of famous. And I think the same thing exists on social media platforms. Like these YouTubers and things like that, they might have 300,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, and in a way, they become famous. Think about it. If you only have 2,000 subscribers, if 2,000 people are aware of you in this world and support whatever you're doing, that's a little bit of fame there. And this fame thing becomes addictive, like a drug. Everybody wants it. You can't get enough of it, and you feel like you just need to keep talking and exposing yourself. You have some content creators that have like 800,000 subscribers, and they don't even really get paid like that. They don't even get any money other than the YouTube AdSense and everything. That's all they get. But they don't care because as long as they have that sort of fame, they're good. I remember the comedian Patrice O'Neal was talking about fame, how it's a machine that everyone stands in line for, and it eats you up and then poops you out. And you go through the most horrible experience through it. And for some reason, you get back up, clean yourself off, and then go back around and go right back on the line again. That's what these people are doing in social media. There's so many people that's been locked up because of what they're doing on social media, or their relationships break up because of them just putting their business out on social media, or their business actually crumbles because of what they're doing on social media. And it all could be prevented, but it's just the addiction to fame and just to be known and have your business out there is the thing that is their demise. And when you think about it, there are always people like this in the world, people that just gotta say everything, gotta tell their business to everybody, whether good or bad. They're just gonna tell you everything. You might have a friend like that, or somebody at work that just tells all, and it's the thing that's hurting them. Like they're always in trouble, or they're always at beef with someone, and you're kind of like, hey, if you just shut up for a minute and just didn't put your business out there, you would probably be good. But for some reason, this person needs to express themselves to the world. Fame is an addiction, and we're starting to see more people just put out information on top of information on top of more information about themselves online, and they really need to be careful. They really need to fall back for a minute and not expose themselves so much, because you never know who is watching. Like, the funny thing is, remember when Twitter first came out? I always found it odd that the news are the people that pushed it. Because I remember when Facebook came out, it was organic. It just kind of just came out from nowhere. When YouTube came out, it was organic. It just kind of developed. But when Twitter came out, I remember it was, you'll go to Channel 4 or something like that, and they're like, hey, this new app, Twitter, is incredible. There's a lot of celebrities on this app. You go to another channel, hey, Twitter is a... I remember it was this 1 month when they just kept promoting Twitter. Now, I understand maybe it was the owners of the company said, okay, we're going to get promotion for this app that we created. But it always made me realize that there's an agenda behind this. Who's behind the Twitter screen, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Who's really pulling the strings over there? And these things, you got to be careful about the information that you're putting out to the public, because the internet, YouTube, all of that is the public, and it lasts forever. I remember one time this girl, she did a little something strange for some change. I don't think she did it for some change. She just did a little something strange online, and her man at the time or whatever recorded it, and he put it on a social media platform. And I remember years later, she was doing a live stream talking about whatever she's talking about, cooking or whatever. And someone in her live kind of exposed her. They were like, hey, I know who you are. You're that girl that was doing da-da-da-da, on the internet, on this website. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. This person, get these trolls out. And the person posted the link and said, everybody can check it out or whatever. And let's say that woman had 50,000 subscribers, like on her channel, like 100,000 people checked that link out. And they found out, yes, that was her doing something crazy on the internet back in the days or a couple years ago. And she was kind of like, she kind of came back and was like, oh, so just because I had a moment with my boyfriend or whatever, do you hold that against me or whatever? And no, that's not the case. But it does show you really do have to be careful about what you post online, because it never goes away and it's always there. And you might not be that same person anymore, but things like that always follow you. So you really got to be careful about the information you put out there in any space you're in. Sometimes you think, oh, I can get away with putting stuff out. These people aren't that clever. No. These people are incredibly clever. And it's not some crazy hermit in Idaho in their basement hacking that'll put your information out there. No, it's the dude right around the corner from you. The dude that's very unassuming, that, looks could be deceiving because they don't even look like they're computer savvy. but they are a computer genius. They've been navigating the dark web for years, and they know all kind of hacks and all kind of things to expose your information. And if they expose your information to your friends and family, to your employer, to the authorities, you can really get yourself in deep trouble. So it's better to kind of reserve yourself when you're in social media. Don't just let everything out there. Be very conscious of how much information you're putting out there, because there are clever people out there that can find things out. Even from your accent, they can find out things about you. Like, there are people that clever. They could kind of start figuring out where you are. Not saying you gotta run away from someone or hide from people, but it's just, you just gotta be careful about the kind of information you expose online. So that's it. Just wanted to share that with y'all. With all this Keefe and Tupac situation, however you feel about it, that's definitely how you feel about it. But it's just people exposing so much information on the internet. They just really need to be careful. All right, so if you enjoyed this talk, like, subscribe, share, and I'm signing off.